welcome back to our channel. Ruth here, and in today's video I'd like to share with you 5 ways to live a debt-free life. So let's get started. Step number 1, buy cash. Now the thing is this, if you don't have the money at the time and you don't really need that product, if it's more like a want, then don't buy it until you actually have the cash to do it. Now I understand that in some situations, you know, certain things might be a necessity. For example, if your fridge broke down, you've got 5 kids to feed, you might actually have to go on like an installment plan option just so that you can have a fridge for your house. But what I'm saying is things like, you know, luxury items like a brand new TV or a brand new phone. You know, if you don't have the cash at the time, wait until you actually saved up with some cash and then you buy when you have cash so that you don't get into more debt. Number 2, pay off debts real fast. So I really believe that one of the ways to live a debt-free life is, if you have debt, then focus on paying off all your debts, if possible, real fast. And that's because interest is the one that's draining your resources. Many a times when debt is a question, then interest is attached to it. So it's actually the interest that's actually eating away your fortune. So I would say if you've got a credit card and it's attracting interest, focus on saving up so you can pay off the interest and then pay off your debt. And then you can start saving and start buying cash. The third way to live a debt-free life is to actually budget and make good financial decisions. For example, you may consider switching over to certain other products or buy alternate products that are, let's say, of similar quality, but they may not be of luxury brands. Now here in Australia, we have various types of grocery stores, and when you go into the grocery stores, let's say for example, if you're looking for baked beans, for example, you know, you get all these different brands. You know, some are $4, some are $3, but then there are certain ones that are called home brands, which are their internal brands. They taste very similar, but they could be like $1.50, and so essentially your grocery bills can be cut into half. Now I'm not saying they have to buy everything, you know, cheap, but if it's something that does not compromise its quality, for example, if it's, you know, things like toilet cleaners or dishwashing liquid that you can actually switch over and it's of similar quality, then essentially you could be saving a lot more if you do not mind switching over products. Number 4, the fourth way to live a debt-free life is to increase your income capacity. So for example, at the moment, if you're working an 8 to 5 job, you know, then you're thinking, well, how do I increase my income capacity? Well, again, it really depends on your personal circumstance, if you've got family commitments, if you've got young kids to look after, etc. But you could consider starting like a side business. You know, perhaps you want to bake on the weekends and cater, you know, and sell some baked goods, cakes, muffins, whatever it might be. Or perhaps you can consider turning your hobby into an income. You know, at some point in my life, I absolutely love music. So I'm still involved in the music industry. I'm a music producer. But at one point, I turned my hobby into an income. So I started teaching music. And so that became like a side income on top of my job as a lawyer, you know, working 8 to 5. And that helped me to actually pay off my student loans. Also things like, for example, if you love, say, you know, cooking, for example, you can actually turn that into an income by, let's say, even starting like a YouTube channel and start to run revenue ads. But also, if you have the capacity and you don't actually have to be home all the time, let's say if you're single or your kids are big, you know, you can consider taking on a second job, you know, if you don't mind. And that's something that will pay you, or even just side hustles such as pet sitting, teaching English. There's so many other ideas in terms of side hustles that you can do. I've seen a lot of people who've actually, you know, just taken on different side hustles, like designing logo on the internet, doing copywriting, you know, reviewing resumes, proofreading, and they easily earn $1,000 to $1,500 a week extra, and that could potentially even replace your current income, and and cause you to be able to stay home and have flexibility. So there's all these different ways to actually increase your income capacity. I've actually made a couple of videos about side hustles, how to make extra money while you're working full-time. You can check them out. And that leads me then to the final point, which is learning about money. So the fifth way to actually live a debt-free life is to have knowledge on how money actually works. You see, when we're growing up, schools don't really teach us about money. They teach us how to be a great lawyer, a great doctor, a great accountant. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm a partner now in a law firm. But at the same time, I feel like business is actually the way to go. I run a business consulting firm. I've got, coaching business. But I really believe that it's really important that we learn about money. Like, how does tax work? How do we save on tax? How do we make more money? How do we invest our money? What's credit card about? How are we draining our resources, etc. and etc. So I really hope that those 5 ways will help you if you are pursuing a debt-free life. And you know what? Don't ever give up, because if it's your dream to live a debt-free life, you can get there. And there's nothing impossible if you believe in yourself and if you would just put some effort into it. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. And last but not least, would you be so kind to hit the like and subscribe button so we can keep you motivated, and it's going to mean the world to me. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.